Angie Dickinson was born Angeline Brown on September 30th, 1931 in Colm, North Dakota. Raised in a modest household, Angie was the second of four daughters born to Frederica and Leo Henry Brown. Her father, a small-town newspaper publisher, moved the family to Burbank, California when Angie was 10 years old, seeking greater opportunities during the Great Depression. This pivotal relocation would open the door for Angie to eventually enter the world of entertainment, though that path wasn't immediately apparent. Dickinson's early years were marked by academic focus and an interest in writing inspired by her father's profession. After graduating from Bellarmine Jefferson High School in Burbank, she went on to study at Glendale Community College and later earned a business degree from Immaculate Heart College in Los Angeles. Initially, she aspired to become a writer or journalist. However, fate intervened when in 1953 she participated in a local beauty pageant on a whim and finished as a finalist in the Miss America preliminary competition. This exposure led to small roles on television, and her natural charisma and striking beauty quickly caught the attention of casting directors. Angie Dickinson's rise to fame was gradual but steady. She made her film debut in 1954 in the Warner Brothers crime drama Lucky Me, and went on to appear in a series of westerns which became her early trademark. She frequently played strong, independent female characters who defied the damsel in distress stereotype. Her breakout role came in 1959 with Howard Hawks' legendary western Rio Bravo, where she starred opposite John Wayne and Dean Martin. As Feathers, the flirtatious yet clever gambler, Dickinson held her own against two of Hollywood's biggest male stars, displaying the mix of sensuality and intelligence that would become her signature. Throughout the 1960s and 1970s, Angie Dickinson solidified her position as a leading lady in both film and television. She appeared in a range of genres from the psychological thriller The Killer's 1964 to the stylish heist film Ocean's 11 1960 alongside Frank Sinatra and the Rat Pack. She developed a close friendship with Sinatra, which only fueled her mystique as a glamorous figure moving seamlessly through both Hollywood and elite social circles. Yet despite her beauty and star power, Dickinson was never just eye candy. Directors appreciated her emotional range. While audiences admired her depth and vulnerability on screen, her most enduring and groundbreaking role came in 1974 when she was cast as Sergeant Suzanne Pepper Anderson in the television drama Policewoman. The show, which ran until 1978, was revolutionary for its time, featuring a woman in a serious law enforcement role, something rarely seen on television at that point. Dickinson's portrayal of the tough yet compassionate detective earned her critical acclaim, a Golden Globe Award, and multiple Emmy nominations. More importantly, she inspired a generation of women to consider careers in law enforcement and prove that a woman could carry a prime-time drama on her own. Policewoman helped pave the way for future female-led police and action series. In later years, Dickinson remained a respected and admired presence in Hollywood. She continued acting sporadically into the 1990s and early 2000s, appearing in notable projects such as Dressed to Kill, 1980, where her performance as a sexually frustrated housewife earned her critical acclaim. In 2001, she appeared in Brian De Palma's Big Bad Love and made guest appearances on television, including a cameo on Family Guy that showcased her sense of humor and self-awareness. Even as she aged, Dickinson retained the poise and elegance that made her a style icon, frequently appearing at film retrospectives and award shows where she was honored for her trailblazing contributions to both film and television. Today, Angie Dickinson stands as a true pioneer. She helped redefine the role of women in media, proving that female characters could be complex, commanding, and central to a story's narrative. Her influence can be seen in generations of actresses who followed in her footsteps, from Sharon Glass in Cagney and Lacey to Marissa Hargitay in Law and Order SVU. She is a reminder that beauty and brains are not mutually exclusive and that lasting success is built on more than just good looks. It's about talent, versatility, and the courage to take on roles that challenge convention. Angie Dickinson was first married to Gene Dickinson, a college football player whose strong athletic build and charming demeanor had made him a standout on the gridiron during his university years. Their marriage began in 1952 when Angie was just starting to gain traction in Hollywood, and Gene later transitioned from sports to a career in the electronics business. Though they presented a glamorous young couple in the early 1950s, their relationship faced challenges as Dickinson's fame began to rise rapidly. The pair ultimately separated in 1956, only 4 years into their marriage. Although their divorce was not finalized until 1960, despite the dissolution of their relationship, Angie chose to keep her married name, Dickinson, which by then had already become closely associated with her growing television and film career. That name would go on to become iconic in the entertainment world. During this time, Angie Dickinson also developed a notable friendship with esteemed economist and diplomat John Kenneth Galbraith and his wife Catherine. The Galbraiths, widely respected in intellectual and political circles, provided Angie with a window into a very different world, one of academia, diplomacy, and international affairs. Her friendship with the Galbraiths led to visits to their home and eventually to travels that deeply enriched her life. Most significantly, Dickinson accompanied the Galbraiths on various occasions while John served as the United States ambassador to India from 1961 to 1963 under President John F. Kennedy. These visits and experiences are described in rich detail in Galbraith's memoirs, Ambassador's Journal, and A Life in Our Times, where Dickinson is mentioned not just as a Hollywood star, but as a thoughtful and engaged visitor who took a sincere interest in the cultures and politics of the places she visited. These interactions underscored the depth of Dickinson's intellect and curiosity, qualities not always recognized in a profession that often emphasized beauty over brains. In 1965, Dickinson entered into her second marriage, this time with famed composer and songwriter Burt Bacharach, a major force in American popular music. Known for penning numerous timeless hits and collaborating with artists like Dionne Warwick and Dusty Springfield, Bacharach brought with him a world of creative brilliance and musical innovation. Together, Dickinson and Bacharach formed one of the most glamorous and talked-about couples of the era, frequently appearing in the pages of Life, People, and Time magazines. Their marriage lasted for 16 years, a considerable stretch in the entertainment industry, although it was not without its difficulties. In the later years of their union, the couple went through a period of separation during which both explored relationships with other people. Yet there was always a tether between them, a lingering bond made stronger by the birth of their daughter. On July 12, 1966, Angie gave birth to their only child, Leah Nikki Bacharach, whom they lovingly called Nikki.